You remember the column that got the most attention, or one of them? That's always a tough question. And why do you think?
Well, recently the columns that bring in the most attention and some of the uglier mail is when I talk about Social Security and Medicare, or government programs for the elderly. Matter of fact, I think that there's no constitutional authority for Social Security. I think it's unconstitutional in the first place, but I think it's a bad deal as well. And the reason why I think it's a bad deal is because the rate of return is very, very low. But it turns out that some people benefit immensely from Social Security. That is, according to statistics, a person who started drawing Social Security in 1980, he gets all that he ever put into Social Security plus interest out in 2.8 years. The person entering the labor force in 1980, he'll have to live until he's 92 to break even with Social Security. So I think that, and I point this out in my columns, that Social Security and Medicare is a perverse form of income redistribution from people who have less money to people who have more money. People over 65 have the highest net worth among any other age group in our country, and I believe close to 70% of them own their homes outright. You cannot find any other age group having that kind of net worth or actually own their houses. So you say, well, how much sense or how just is it to take money from a 25-year-old through the tax code or 30-year-old to subsidize somebody who is far more wealthy than he is? I
want to show you something you said in 1991 at a Citizens for Sound Economy session here in Washington, D.C.
Mm-hmm. I think we all recognize that we've had one balanced budget in the United States in 34 years. And I believe in 28 of those years that we've had some kind of tax increase, and very often the justification was to balance the budget. We even had the 1978 Balanced Budget Act signed through Congress. Now, with all this evidence, I don't think that it's being too unkind on my behalf to suggest that we have a Congress that is a bunch of liars and hustlers and exploiters of public ignorance.
Liars and hustlers?
I don't think much has changed since then.
What do you mean?
Well, yeah, well, they say, well, we're having this tax increase to balance the budget. Well, where's the balanced budget? You know, I think that the Congress misleads the American people on let's say the recent unemployment statistics, where the Congress and the president say, well, look, we're unemployment is going down, when they fail to include the people who have just dropped out of the labor market. And a lot of people say, well, look, if you look at real unemployment statistics, you might be talking about 15% rather than 8%.
We've got a number of places that people can find your column, and we'll put it on the screen. And there's townhall.com, JewishWorldReview.com, WorldNewsDaily.com, and there's LibertyPen.com.
There's also my webpage, WalterEWilliams.com.